Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is extremely windy here today, so hopefully the sound's coming through good. It's windy today on Saturday, but we've got a hurricane hitting us on Tuesday and Wednesday, so stay tuned because there could be some interesting videos coming out with that, because you guys know I do emergency response during power outages and all that sort of stuff, so it could make for an interesting few days here coming next week. But today we are doing a review, so I like to keep you guys updated on what's going on with the trucks. And also a big part of my channel is to help people make buying decisions, whether it's for equipment, it's for trucks, it's for tires, it's for accessories, it's for modifications, whatever. I like to give honest opinions on the things that I buy to help you guys purchase what you want, what you need. Anyway, so for today we're doing a review on a truck you guys don't get to see very often because it's always working. This thing is an absolute workhorse. During the winter and during spring, I tend to use the truck quite a bit, but in peak season I hardly ever see this truck. Not as much as my 550. My 550, I never see that thing. I haven't really seen that truck forever, but it's actually coming home today for a couple days, so I'll probably get a video out on the 552 because I get asked a lot, man, how's the 550 doing, towing that 30,000 pounds all the time. So stay tuned. But today we're doing a video on my 2019 F-350 XLT Premium 6.7 Powerstroke, which is right there. And this truck has been honestly awesome. So the story with this truck is I used to have a 2009 V10 6.8 350. That thing worked great. It never really caused me any troubles, other than I did have to rebuild the transmission. It's just a pig on fuel. It was just an absolute pig on fuel. So I decided, you know what, at that point I had my 17 250 6.7. I loved it. I decided it was time for an upgrade, and I upgraded to this truck. And I've had absolutely no problems with this truck whatsoever, like zero. There has not been a wrench on this truck for anything other than changing the fuel filters, changing the oil, air filters, and we just did some new brake pads. That's it. That's absolutely it. No emissions problems, no front end problems, nothing. And like I said, this truck is a workhorse. This truck tows my Big Tex 14-foot dump trailer basically all the time. I've hauled heavy loads with this. I've got a camp that is 5 miles back in the woods, and the road is rough as can possibly be. I've hauled gravel in there. I've hauled material in there. I've hauled everything in there with the truck and trailer, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this thing whatsoever. I've got a 9-foot 2 Boss V blade, which is sitting right over there. There's actually two of them. The red one is the one I use on this truck. This plowed snow for 2 seasons. I picked up this truck in January, I believe, of 2019. So I've had 2 years plowing with it. And I don't just plow, parking lots and apartment buildings and things like that. I plow cell towers in the middle of absolute nowhere. The roads are rough. You don't know where the roads are sometimes. This truck has had a hard life. During storms, like I just mentioned about a hurricane, during storms, we're out in storms, beating back through remote cell tower sites and stuff in middle of nowhere. Trees across the road, roads washed out, hauling trailers in, hauling generators in, and all those situations, and the truck has never let me down. So I needed a truck that was reliable because we are working in those high pressure situations, and I can't have something that breaks down all the time. I need something that I can jump in, turn the key, do the maintenance, and go. And this truck has done that for me. So let's take a look. Okay, so here it is, and yes, so it is the XLT. You can tell there's a couple things done to it. Everything performance-wise is stock, so there's nothing on this truck whatsoever that has been changed to aftermarket. All the intakes, cold side intercooler, hot side, exhaust, everything is stock. The only thing I've done is a couple cosmetic things. I'm not a huge fan of chrome. I can deal with it. Of course, I got the platinum. There's some chrome on that, but it's not, I like the body match bumpers. That's the biggest thing. But so on this, all I've done is I Raptor lined the paint match Raptor lined the front grille, the mirror caps, and the door handles. So here's the truck. It is the you know, magnetic, I guess, color FX4 package. It was about $77,000 or $78,000 Canadian is what it was. So you look at this truck. So this is an XLT. It's got power seats, it's got navigation, it's got the big screen. You know, it's a pretty decked out truck. It does not have the sunroof, but this truck, if you could put the platinum seat, which you can if you can find one, if you can put the platinum seat in an XLT premium truck, you've got a hell of a value. $77,000, $78,000, just under $100,000 here in the 2020 Platinum. So you're talking $20,000 difference Canadian from this truck to that truck for some comfort features and just, you know, fancier truck. That's a lot. You're not really getting the value, honestly, for $20,000 more. I can't happen to find a platinum seat though. If I could find a platinum seat and put it in this truck, I would love it. Because the only thing I do not like about this truck is, especially now I've had the platinum, is I find the XLT seats are extremely uncomfortable. I just can't get comfortable. So more of the story on this truck. So this truck has made a cross-country basically trip towing. I towed a 10,000 pound trailer from Nova Scotia to Manitoba with absolutely no hiccups whatsoever. So this truck has been absolutely reliable. It's been perfect. You can see it's full of tools on the back. It's full of tools and equipment in here. The seats basically are like this all the time. It's a two-person setup the majority of the time. The only time anyone ever sat in the back of this, I think, was taking it back to my camp, potentially. I don't know if anyone's ever even sat in the back of this truck. That's a good question. So I'll show you, you know, inside. So like I said, it does have the big screen, and it does have a power driver's seat, but it's not, you know, full power. So we keep our tires, you know, our pressure low in our tires. They just wear better. So 100,172. Now that number is not absolutely correct, because from the day that I picked this truck up, actually I got the dealer to do it, this truck has had 35 12.5 18s on it, and the speedometer is a bit off. So when I'm driving down the road doing, you know, 100 kilometers an hour, according to the truck, I'm actually doing like 103. So it's off. So we've been over 100,000 kilometers on this truck for a little while now, but according to what the truck says. But you know, you can tell it's a bit dirty. It is a work truck for sure. We do keep it pretty clean though. The guys take really good care of this truck. The one guy, he does most of the maintenance on this. He does the oil changes, undercoating. He just did the brakes and stuff. He takes really good care of it. Sort of treats it like his baby, which is good. You know, it's nice to have someone like that. Never had any problems with four-wheel drive or nothing. The rear diff makes a huge difference. Locking the rear diff. We've gotten into some places that we didn't know if we were going to get into, and this truck just does it without any issues whatsoever. Well, I'll pop the hood and I'll show you that everything is stock. The only thing ever hooked up to this truck was the Banks Derringer with the I-dash. So when I towed that trailer across Canada, I did have the Derringer hooked up. So you'll see stock intake, and the 19s, man, the 17s and 19s are so stupid. They have the battery in front of the air box, and it comes in, goes down, around, up through. Finally in the 2020s they made things correct. They put it back where it should be. In my 550 I have the SMB intake installed here, but you can see completely stock intercooler, hot side intercooler pipe, stock cold side intercooler pipe. You got the plastic you know, manifold intake plenum here, as compared to now they're aluminum in the 2020s. Of course, in my 2020 I've changed the SPE, cold side, hot side. That's it for that truck right now. But you know, as far as coolant, as far as brake fluid, as far as absolutely anything, there's never been anything done to this truck whatsoever. It's been, like, honestly, it's been a great truck. For the price, it is a great value. I really have nothing bad to say about it. The only thing that I can say, and we'll go for a little drive here, is for some reason, unknown to me, is this truck. This has 355 gears. My 2017 F-250, 6.7 Powerstroke with 355 gears, was so much easier on fuel than this truck. Now, comparing this truck to my 2020 is not even fair. You know, with that new 10-speed, all the updated injectors, the turbo, just the high-pressure fuel system, everything about that truck has been upgraded and is leaps and bounds performance-wise above this truck. Like, it absolutely is. I tell everyone all the time that are on the fence about buying a 2020 compared to a 2019. I just tell them, if you're on the fence and you want to save yourself some money, just do not drive the 2020, because if you drive the 2020, you're gonna want it. So you can see we still have loads of power in this truck. It is completely different though than driving my 2020. Truck drives down the road very, very nice. It's a really comfortable ride. You know, especially for a 1-ton truck. That's one thing that I found funny. When I actually bought this truck and when I had my 250, I actually preferred the way that this truck drove and handled bumps compared to my 250, which is funny. You know, you would think the 250 you'd like that ride better, but I honestly preferred the feel and the ride of this truck better. So, you know, it does have heated seats. It's single zone climate control, but you know, navigation and all that stuff. Like I said, this XLT premium package is a very, very good package. If you can find yourself a platinum or maybe even a lariat seat and pop into this, then you know you got the best of both worlds. It's a great, great, great compromise. Now, honestly, these seats aren't like absolutely terrible, but there's really no comparison. And if you're sitting in your trucks for a long period of time, which I do, having that comfort, and I know I sound like a spoiled little brat, but having the comfort of those seats just makes everything so much better. Alright guys, so we'll take one little last walk around. Like I said, I have been running 35s on this truck since I bought it. No level, no lift, no spacers, no nothing. 35s will fit on these trucks absolutely stock. 250s, 350s, it doesn't make a difference. What's on it now is Toyo Open Country AT2 Extremes. This is the third set of tires I've had on this truck. The first set was the General Grabber X3s, which treated me great. I've had 3 sets of those, no complaints. Then I went with the General Grabber ATX, and that cross-country trip, towing that trailer, absolutely destroyed the life on those tires. So I would not recommend those tires if you're hauling heavy weights for a long period of time. These tires hold up so well, these Extremes. That's what they're made for. You can see that the truck has been undercoated. It was undercoated from the dealer, and then it's been undercoated again from, you know, my guy who works with me, takes care of the truck. So undercoated very well. No issues with any rust or anything on the body whatsoever. The only thing that you can see a little bit of surface rust is on the tow hooks. So on the tow hooks, you can see right in there, I think you guys can see that. Right in there is a little bit. And the fog light lenses have cracked, spider webbed, all the crap. If you guys can see that, I don't know how well you can see right now, but Ford actually ordered these in and they would replace the whole light assembly for me, and I just couldn't find time to take the truck in. So I don't know if they sent them back or what. When work gets slower, you know, winter time, then maybe I'll get those replaced. But yeah, Ford covered those. There was no issues with that. You know, just been great. It's been great. If you guys follow my channel, you know what I'm talking about when I say I work my trucks hard. All right, so now I've got it parked next to my 2020. So again, stock on 35s, 2020 with the leveling 2.5 ready lift system with 37s. Now look at the mirrors. So look at the front ends, look at the mirrors. Look how much higher the 2020 is compared to the 2019. And keep in mind, the 2020s are a bit lower from stock, from factory, than what the 2019s are. So here's the front. That's how much you can see it's lifted up. Now, when we come to the back, the 2019 is actually higher in the back than the 2020 on 37s. That's how much they took. Like, look at the space between the wheel well and the tire here and then here. So the difference there is the block. Your block in the back makes that much difference. So you look at that block right there, bang. Then you come over and look at this block. Like, whoa, where did it go? So that's why a lot of people, when they're leveling their 2020s, are actually complaining that the front is slightly higher than the rear, because the block was reduced by so much. Easy fix, easy fix. Look, running the double Genoa hitches here, boys. 21,000, 16,000. Okay, so in the end, am I happy with my purchase? I think my video answered that question. I absolutely am. I would buy this truck again, hands down. It's been great. It's been absolutely perfect, to be honest. I couldn't be happier. The interior space is another thing, but just the reliability of the truck has been bang on. That's it for the update. I'll update you guys again in another 100,000 kilometers, 60,000 miles of maintenance free, hopefully. But for now, that's it. Stay tuned for the 550. I'll probably do a quick video on that, give you guys an update on that. Doesn't happen very often. I have all three of my trucks in the yard at the same time, but it looks like that's gonna happen this weekend. So stay tuned. But for now, that's it, guys. So until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you then. Bye.